In a world ruled by gods cloaked in shadows and secrets, where power is currency and trust is a weapon, the only way to survive is to become just as ruthless as those who play God. Welcome to Eirikr, where celestial beings walk among mortals with blood-stained hands and seductive smiles, where divine cruelty disguises itself behind charm, and where a woman caught between vengeance and fate must decide whether she will kneel or rise. This is the brutal, sensual, high-stakes world of Devious Gods, where loyalty means little, betrayal is expected, and love might be the most dangerous game of all. At the center of this volatile storm stands Eirikr, a man feared by all and loved by none. He is no ordinary god. He is a weapon forged in pain and polished in politics, a soul fractured by duty and desire, cold and calculating. Eirikr serves as one of the most powerful figures in the celestial hierarchy, but he's also a pawn in a dangerous game, a blade wielded by those with darker agendas. His loyalties are tangled, his past haunted by unspoken traumas, and his heart locked behind layers of frost. He knows better than to trust. He knows better than to love. And yet, fate throws a mortal woman into his path who challenges every instinct he has. Enter Cass, a woman of fire and secrets, a survivor. Raised in shadows and molded by grief, Cass is no innocent. Her world was shattered when the gods murdered her family. And now, revenge is the only thing that drives her. But vengeance is never simple, especially when the lines between good and evil blur. Cass knows the gods are corrupt. But nothing prepares her for the complexity of Eirikr, his terrifying power, his commanding presence, his broken vulnerability. When she becomes entangled with him, the rage that fueled her mission begins to war with feelings she never asked for. She hates him for what he is, and yet she can't deny the pull between them. The story unfolds in a universe where divine politics are as deadly as war. The gods have ruled with impunity for centuries, playing with human lives like toys. They choose champions, demand sacrifices, manipulate love and death with equal ease. But something is shifting. A prophecy long buried in myth begins to rise to the surface, whispering of a reckoning that could end the gods' rule. And Cass might just be the key, or the spark, or the weapon. As Cass and Eirikr circle each other in a dangerous dance, their dynamic crackles with tension. He is her enemy, yet the only one who can help her survive. She is a threat to his world, yet the only one who makes him feel alive. Their connection is electric and toxic, a wildfire that promises either salvation or ruin. Every glance holds a dare. Every touch threatens to burn. Every word is a battle. And underneath it all is a slow, brutal unraveling of the walls they've built to protect themselves. The gods watch with interest. Some want Cass dead. Others see her as a tool. Still others whisper of a new era, where the power balance shifts and ancient bloodlines awaken. Cass finds herself hunted, manipulated, revered, and betrayed. Her enemies wear golden crowns and wicked smiles. Her allies are few and fragile. And her heart, once hardened by pain, begins to ache for a man she should hate. But Eirikr is not free. He serves a god who owns his loyalty and punishes weakness. He has made sacrifices to keep others alive. He has spilled innocent blood. He is dangerous not just because of what he's done, but because of what he might do if the chains around his soul ever snap. Yet with Cass, something in him begins to shift. The ice cracks. The monster hesitates. He begins to question everything, the rules he obeys, the truths he believed, the life he was bred to lead. Their relationship is not soft. It's brutal, ferocious. They clash in every way, ideals, desires, wounds. But somehow, amidst the war and the blood, there is tenderness. In stolen moments, in the quiet after chaos, they find glimpses of something more. A future, maybe. A new path. But to reach it, they'll have to burn everything down, including themselves. The deeper they fall, the more dangerous the world becomes. Secrets unravel like thread from a bleeding wound. Cass discovers that her bloodline holds more power than she ever imagined. Her very existence is a threat to the gods. She is not just a mortal woman with a vendetta. She is a symbol, a weapon, a storm in human skin. And Eirikr, the man sent to keep her in check, may be the one to set her free. But freedom comes at a cost. The gods do not give up their power easily. As rebellions stir and old enemies rise from the ashes, Cass and Eirikr are forced to confront truths that could destroy them. The fate of their world may rest on their choices. And those choices are anything but easy. Who do you become when the world demands you bend? when survival means becoming the very thing you once swore to destroy. Cass must decide if vengeance is enough. Eirikr must decide if love is worth betrayal. Together, they must carve a path through a world designed to consume them. They must become gods in their own right. Devious gods. Ruthless gods. Gods who kneel to no one. Every chapter of Devious Gods pulses with raw emotion and deadly stakes. The romance is fierce, dark, and addictively slow burn. The politics are sharp-edged, laced with deceit and divine manipulation. The pacing is relentless, and the stakes climb higher with each revelation. This is not a story of damsels and heroes. It is a war between monsters and survivors, lovers and liars. Cass is a heroine forged in fire. She doesn't ask for pity. She demands power. She is not afraid to fight dirty, to use her voice like a weapon, to bleed for the ones she loves. She is flawed, furious, and utterly unforgettable. And Eirikr is the kind of anti-hero that walks the razor's edge between villain and savior. Together they are a storm that cannot be contained. As the book drives toward its climax, everything unravels. Friends become enemies, gods fall. Truths come to light that fracture every assumption. Sacrifices are made that shake the foundations of the world. Cass faces her destiny. Eirikr faces his demons, and the world watches as they choose who they will become. Victims, villains, or something far more dangerous. There is no clean resolution, no simple happily ever after. Devious Gods is the kind of story that lingers long after the last word, that claws into your mind and leaves you gasping. It asks brutal questions about justice, power, loyalty, and the price of freedom. It dares you to root for the broken, to fall for the flawed, to believe in redemption, even when it seems impossible. And as the dust settles and the final choices are made, one truth remains: there is no going back. The gods have been challenged. The world has been changed. And Cass and Eirikr? They are no longer pawns in a divine game. They are players. Maybe even kings and queens. Or perhaps something far more dangerous. Because sometimes, to change the world, you don't need to be righteous. You just need to be devious.